Hi, guys. We're going to be talking about WandaVision today. It's coming out this Friday. We got two new episodes, and spoilers follow. So if you haven't watched the trailers, click off this video. Here we go.
So here's what we know from the trailers. We know that they're going to be hurtling through time. It's very unlikely that they spend a whole episode paying homage to a single decade. I feel like they're going to go from one to another, maybe even in a single episode. I do, however, think that the first and second episodes might be an exception to this rule that are coming out this Friday.
Yeah, I mean, you were mentioning hurtling through time, and we know that Wanda has two twins. So what I think is going to happen is we're going to see those two twins evolve from babies to adults, and kind of see how their interactions with their mother will change over time.
Yeah, all we've seen in the trailer is the babies, and it's possible that they grow to a certain age. Um, the second thing that we have is that they will figure out how to bring Vision back to life in the series, and I'm getting this off a Paul Bettany interview. Paul Bettany said that they will find out what happened to Vision's body because last we saw Vision, this happened.
He kind of gave a smirk when he was asked about whether Vision would be brought back to life or not, right? So I think maybe, yeah, that's definitely a strong possibility. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Tony Stark had like a backup on his recycling bin or something, and like Wanda restores that. Who knows? This is such an open bag. Anything could happen.
Yeah, the trailer is basically being marketed on the unexpected. We don't know anything that's going to happen, and I expect them to hit it out of the park because it's the first release of this phase of Marvel. So, in order to get everyone hooked, you really have to do something huge here.
100%. And what I like about this show is that it's taking a lot of inspiration from The Mandalorian. That's not just my thoughts. It's Kevin Feige. He's quoted as saying that. Now, Jack Schaefer is kind of like the John Favreau of this series. She's the creator, and she's writing all the episodes from what I've gathered. And also, the show was originally, they were just gonna like release them all at once, but Kevin Feige was like, "Hey, people are liking like this, episode of the week theory prediction stuff from the Mandalorian. So why don't we just like replicate that for Marvel?" I have high hopes, seeing as like, how much we like the Mandalorian.
And it's a good thing too, because that's exactly how our video schedule is.
Yep.
All right, speaking of more theories that we have, we know a little bit more. We know about somebody named Agnes, and now I think this is Agatha Harkness. I've said this in the previous videos. Yeah, I know it's a shameless plug of our previous videos, but Agatha Harkness is a evil witch who is probably doing this to Wanda since we know that this is being done to Wanda. Someone gets like some type of communication device into Wanda's reality in one of the trailers, and they say, Wanda, who is doing this to you? So that gives me the idea that this is being done to her somehow. She's trapped. And by the end of it, I feel like she might be actually so into it that she'll fight her way, like, to preserve this reality. And they say it too. They say that let's fight for this reality in the trailers. This might actually drive her so insane that she becomes the villain of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, where she is confirmed to guest appear.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be easy, certainly, if you're gonna like, not only lose the love of your life, Vision, but your family and your entire reality. It's got to be psychologically crippling. So who knows what's gonna happen? I think it's a very real possibility that she could experience some profound personality changes as a result of uh, these visions. No pun intended.
Also, we have some stuff from the props. We know that one of the props had I think it was a wine bottle, and it had, when they were pouring it, you could see the label, and it was House of M. It was a House of M reference. I think House of M might play a part in here. They're definitely going to do more than just a couple references. And the biggest thing that can tell from this is that House of M, the most famous thing in House of M was a line that Wanda says is "No more mutants." And when she says "no more mutants," it's basically to destroy every single mutant out there. Maybe this could be flipped and she could create mutant life somewhere, or maybe introduce the mutant life. Because we know that they're going to bring the X Men in sooner or later. This would be a great way to do it.
Yeah,
And we're also hearing rumors about Falcon and the Winter Soldier having a Wolverine cameo. So who knows? This is just one way they could go.
yeah. How cool would it be if freaking Magneto pulled up as like a cameo, like I don't almost like Luke style, like he just pulls up at the end. I'd be kind of down for that. Especially, I don't really think the X-Men movies did him justice, frankly.
Yeah, I've been pretty harsh on the X-Men movies in the past also. It would be cool to see him kind of just be like, let me see my grandkids, you know?
Yeah, like a doting old grandpa at the end, and then like the fans are like, "Oh, I know what that is."
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Another person who's coming back is Darcy Lewis, who was the aide to Jane Foster in Thor. Now we know that she's going to be solving a mystery with Ant Man's ex parole officer and also FBI agent Jimmy Woo. So I think that maybe all these things from Wanda's imagination are going to cause chaos to like the actual outside world, and these two are going to have to trace the breadcrumbs back to her and maybe ally with her, maybe even fight against her to stop all this madness.
Yeah, we also see a scene with Monica Rambeau sort of diving into some sort of thing. It may be that she's being transported in that reality, which is why when they, I guess, Jimmy and Darcy find Wanda, or maybe they find out what's happening to her, and they send Monica Rambeau in. And Monica Rambeau, from her experiences, is probably going to be a very experienced, maybe a pilot because of her mom and her best friend Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty cool. Just kind of seeing like how exactly all this weird stuff works, like the behind the scenes mechanics of it. And I think the fact that they're bringing in people like Darcy, kind of what I liked about Thor was that how it kind of brought like the scientific element to magic. So I'm looking to see that further explored in this series. What are your thoughts on like the sitcom nature of this? Because a lot of people were kind of worried that this would be, a little bit too boring for an MCU outing.
Well, thank God for interviews because they squashed that really quick. I'm pretty sure they always have this like planted question, and I'm pretty sure the planted question for the cast this time was, is it going to be all sitcom or not? And they squashed that super fast. They were like, no, no, this is not all sitcom at all. This is going to be perfect MCU action like we're used to, but it's going to have some sitcom elements in it. So expect to laugh a couple times and expect to hear lots of laugh tracks in the background.
I have heard that it it will bear some similarities to The Office, which I am personally very excited for, but also a little wary because I'm not really sure if like that whole like situational bizarreness aspect of The Office would work well with Marvel. Kevin Feige and everyone involved prove me wrong, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm sure they will too, bro. It's very possible that they just completely knock it out of the park. I'm honestly more looking forward to just the actual MCU action part, being a hardcore Marvel fan. But you know, they've done wacky things that worked before, and I'm just waiting for them to blow my mind once again.
Yeah, what I like about what Kevin Feige said was that he said that like the show you don't have to have watched all the MCU movies to appreciate this show. I like that sort of like mass appeal aspect of this. To the outside viewer, it's like this show about these two people who go through this really weird experience. And to the MCU fan, it's like, the same thing, but you got these Easter eggs. So it'll be like an interesting dynamic that I think the world in 2021 kind of needs.
All right, so those were our WandaVision predictions slash conversation about what we think the TV show is going to revolve around. Let us know what you guys think down below in the comments. That's all we got. See ya.
If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. By supporting this channel, you're allowing us to keep making this great content and keep Spectre React going. Thanks for watching, and peace out.